Need e-commerce for your business? It's never been easier.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Jocelyn. You are about to discover a fantastic way to heal your mind and body that will leave you feeling good and happy all the time. Let's see how we can do it.
It is our expectation that in these days that are before us and all of the days of your life that follow, that you will find yourself again and again right in the middle of a big mess, right in the middle of a great big vibrational mess, right in the middle of knowing so clearly what you do not want. But you won't feel the same tension that you felt before, because you will understand that you are doing the important and perfect step one part of the equation, and that you are asking with stronger fervor than ever before, and that in this mess that you are living in any moment in time, that you are launching rockets of desires, and that your vortex is expanded, and that your vibrational reality has become more, and that your inner being is on it in a way that it has never been before, and that you have a new opportunity for realizing, for receiving the vibrations that will turn to thoughts, and the thoughts that will turn to things on every subject that matters to you. For a while, we were calling this gathering the science of deliberate creation, but you got nutty about it. You became too overactive about trying to control your thoughts. We don't want you to control your thoughts. We want thoughts to flow forth from you freely. We just want you to understand what the vibrational nature of the thoughts that are flowing forth from you is. We want you to recognize moment by moment the harmony or discord in the thought that you are thinking from the thought that your inner being is thinking about the same thing at the same time, which means you have to come to realize that you have source energy flowing with you and aware of where you are in every moment in time, and where you, more importantly, are in relationship to everything that you've already become. We want you to know that your inner being has already bridged that gap between your belief and your desire, and you can't maintain a belief that goes against your desire and ever feel anything less than negative emotion. We think it is such a wonderful thing when you're moving through your day-to-day experience and you walk into a situation which is the remnant of past energy that has been flowed by you, and that you experience things unwanted, and you know that they're unwanted, and you're having an emotional reaction to them and throwing your own little fit in varying degrees as you attempt to control the conditions, which you never can. As humans are spending so much time, we're representing the manifested edge over here, where your friends are and where the stuff you see and hear and smell and taste and touch is. So you're having this knee-jerk reaction to this. And while you're having this knee-jerk reaction to this, your inner being is knowing something so important. Your inner being is knowing that you're expanding in this moment, and your inner being is knowing exactly how to lead you from where you are to everything that you want relative to everything that you've ever lived. Your inner being knows that as you've lived this moment and many others like them, that you have carved out a very specific statement of who you are and what you want and how you want to live and be in the world. Every intention, some of which you were born with, some that you've come along on your physical trail as you've been moving through time and space with others. So you've launched these rockets of desire, and there's a vibrational reality that your inner being knows full well. And your inner being knows in every moment where you stand in what you want to call your now in relationship to all that you've become. This vibrational reality, with more creativity than you in this lifetime or 20 more could ever expose or actualize. In other words, the potential for pleasure and thrilling and extraordinary are really beyond Esther's reach for words. So here this exists, and you stand in various degrees of receptivity. And those various degrees are the reason that sometimes you shoot over there with an idea, and sometimes over there, and sometimes over there. It's the reason that some ideas are more satisfying and seem to have more legs. Some ideas are minimally satisfying and they peter out more quickly. And so
When you accept the reality of this vibrational vortex and you see yourself in some vibrational relationship with it, and you then begin to consistently do the only thing that is important, which is consciously accomplish your purposeful, deliberate relationship with that vortex, which is much simpler than what you may think. It doesn't mean understand what's in there and go in there and get it and bring it out where others can see it. It doesn't mean identify everything that's there and get on the right path so that you can expose it to yourself in the world. It means understand the vibrational frequency of it and accomplish as best you can a vibrational frequency within yourself, which causes you to pair with it, which puts you into the receptive mode where the ideas that it is begin to occur to you. And that is the best definition of the ultimate creativity that we have ever described. In other words, it's your relationship with your vortex that is the key to your creativity, because you are always in the receptive mode. But the question is, the receptive mode of what? Your vortex and all that it is, or the stream of consciousness of man that is worried about this or worried about this, or something from your childhood that you're still trying to overcome? How purely connected are you to the whole of all that you've become? And so your creativity is tied singularly only. It is only about how good you feel, how happy you are, how joyful you are. Let's use other words, how free you feel, how lighthearted you feel, how eager for this day you feel, how in love with life you feel, how intoxicated with living you feel. Because it isn't about teaching anybody anything, and it isn't about impressing anybody, and it isn't about creating the best of something that has ever been known into all of mankind, that is touted on all the wavelengths for all to see. It isn't about any of those things. It's only about how happy you are right here and now. That's how you understand your relationship with your vortex. And when you are truly happy, when you are in that mode of appreciation where you are feeling unbounding energy and enthusiasm for life, that's when the creativity from who you really are, from the vortex of all of your intentionality, begins to occur to you. And from our point of view, nothing else will do. Everything else is mediocrity in one form or another. Nothing else will do. No analogy is ever perfect, and this one won't be either. But just to get a sense of what we're talking about, it would be like being a painter and going through life and collecting all of the things, all of the ideas and all of the colors and all of the textures and all of the styles. In other words, you've been appreciating and fine-tuning the things that appeal to you, and that matters. What appeals to you matters a lot, because in those most appealing moments, hear this, in your most appealing moments, that's when you shot your most definitive rockets of desire into your vortex. Your vortex is you, knows you, but you shot them off incrementally. You don't really understand what they have done with each other while you've been doing other things. The way your unique desires that you've been gathering up through lifetimes, and specifically recently, the way they have come together and the way they are posed to surprise and delight you. Creativity is not about you figuring out something and presenting it to surprise and delight the world. Creativity is about it surprising and delighting you as it happens. It's only about your surprise and delight. Oh, that idea. Ooh, ooh, that idea. Ooh, that action that was inspired from that idea. Ooh, these words, this that I see that I'm able to translate from my inner mind out into the world where I can see it. It's for your surprise and delight, you see, because your ultimate creation is you. It's not something that someone's going to hang on their walls.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please.
What is up, everybody? Let me just stop sharing. Welcome to another Woke Wednesday. I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight. We have a super, super special guest, but I'm not going to discuss that yet. Thank you guys again. Wednesday. Today is February 2nd, 2022. Sheesh. Time goes so fast. I can't believe it's February 2nd. And it's a special date. 2-2-2-2. February is the second month of the year. It's the second day of the second month of 2022. Don't you think that might mean something? I think so. So I Googled it. Right place, right time. What else? Does anybody else drop in the chat? What does 222 mean to you? Specifically, what does 4 2s mean? Does anybody know? I Googled it because I wasn't really sure. I was sure that it had some sort of meaning. When I Googled it, it said peace and harmony. 4 2s in a row means peace and harmony. And this makes so much sense, right, guys? Because the last 2 years has been a little chaotic. A lot of people have lost their way. A lot of people have been unsure. Right? Peace and harmony. The world has been in an uproar. So knowing that today is a time for change, for peace and harmony, is in alignment. It means to restore balance into your life. How unbalanced have you felt the last 2 years? Getting balance back into your life. It means all of your desires are being manifested, but to take it easy. You don't want to burn yourself out, right? So go after your goals, go after your dreams, but don't go too hard because you don't want to burn yourself out. It means courage and ambition. And it also means to have faith. Right? So that really got me thinking about what I wanted to speak about today. And that was faith. Faith has been a big theme for me recently. So if you don't have a pen and a paper out, please get one out now. And before I begin, let's start with some gratitude. Right? We usually start our days with gratitude. I'm assuming most of you are going to end your nights shortly after this call. So let's end off the night with gratitude. Drop in the comments, drop in the chat. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for you too, Ariel. I'm grateful for my wealth. I'm grateful for my happiness. I'm grateful for my family, my niece, my friends, this community that I'm a part of. I'm grateful for the skill sets that I've acquired. I'm grateful for my home, for my vehicle, for the food that I put in my body. I'm grateful for the crystals that I have. I'm grateful for so much. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for waking up this morning. Because not everyone gets that chance to wake up every morning. We have to live every single day like it's our last. Are you living every single day to your fullest? I love that, Jake, because family is not only blood. I have 2 families. I have my blood family, who I love and care about so much. I do so much of what I do because of my family and for my family. But my second family is the people I work with on a day-to-day basis. And I'm so grateful I'm so grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for Zoom. I'm grateful for YouTube. I'm grateful for Instagram. What would we do without it? We wouldn't have Woke Wednesday. Right? So start and end your day with gratitude. So faith, right? It's been a theme for me lately. So I wanted to talk about it tonight, especially when I saw that 2222 had something to do with having faith. Right? So what does faith even mean? Does anybody know what faith means? It means believing in something that you can't see yet. Believing in something that you can't see yet. Having faith. Right? So we have to move with faith if we want to receive anything. We have to believe that we even have a chance of attaining our goals. Otherwise, what are we doing? Right? And I saw this amazing acronym for faith, and I think you guys are going to really, really, really love it. Faith is fact accepted in the heart. Fact accepted in the heart. Faith. Faith is an unwavering belief in something that you cannot see yet. So it is a fact in your heart. It may not be fact in your current reality, but it's fact in your heart. I love that. I love that. Everything's already created, guys. So everything already exists. There's no creation anymore. Source has created everything already. Right? It's just a matter of us putting two and two together, figuring something out, right? Everything's already created. So you have to have belief, you have to have faith in order to put those things together so that you can see the unseen, so that you can get to that point, so you can get to that place. We're not here for the creation, we're here for the manifesting of what is already created. And I'll say that again, we are not here for the creation. We're here for the manifesting of what's already created. So whatever it is that you feel you're destined to do or who you're destined to be, that person already exists. That thing already is out there. You just have to claim it. And it kind of comes back to, and I was just reading with my book club, Power of Awareness. Right? And in the book, Power of Awareness, he talks about assumption. It's like the theme of the book, assumption. If you guys haven't read Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard, please, I encourage you to go read that book. And I heard today, if you guys watch Mornings with Neno, shout out to Neno. If you get a book recommendation from someone, always go buy that book. Go get that book. Go get that audio, because that is source. That is God in some way, shape, or form telling you that you need to go read that book. So anytime I get a book recommendation now, I'm going to immediately buy it because I know that at some point it's going to help me. Right? It's a great book. Oh my God. Mary, you have to get it. We just finished it yesterday, and I promise I'm leaving it on my bedside. It's on my desk right here, but I'm going to leave it on my bedside so I can open it up and just read a little page every morning, because there's a nugget in every single page. It's amazing. But he talks about the power of assumption, right? And those of you who are conscious, who are woke, you know that you have to basically assume, right? You have to become the person you want to be in order to be that person, in order to receive that of which that person would have, if that makes sense. Right? So almost like assume the position. Have faith in who you are. Believe wholeheartedly in who you are and in your desires and in what you imagine, what you see in the forefront of your mind, what you see in your mind's eye. You have to have unwavering faith and belief so that you can be in the receptive mode to receive that. The power of assumption. Assume it to be true. Fact in your heart, right? Fact accepted in the heart. I love it. I when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I've never heard that before. So true. So amazing. Faith is fact accepted in the heart. When I Googled, because I was doing a little research before, you know, I like to be prepared, and we have to do our research and we have to study in all ways. If you're not learning for at least 60 minutes out of your day every single day, you're not going to grow. It's called Power of Awareness. This is the book. Power of Awareness. If you're not learning for at least 60 minutes out of your day, and that's at least, guys, I'm learning for at least 3 hours out of my day every day. I'm listening to podcasts and personal development every single time I'm in the gym, every single time I'm in the car. You know, this was a really hard thing for me to do this year, but I love music. Like music, and I still do listen to music, but I used to get in the car and bump my music. I used to get to the gym and bump my music. It was motivating. I'm a lyrical person. Like, I love music. I love the beat. I love it all. I love the rhythm, the vibration, everything. It gets me going. But I came to the conclusion, and I heard it from multiple of my mentors, I had to do and listen to more personal development and educational information than I was listening to music if I wanted to level up. If I could listen to music and learn every single lyric to the song just by listening to it over and over and over again, because that's what we do, right? We listen to music, and how fast, like my grandma used to say this to me all the time, if you could learn your schoolwork the way you learn the lyrics to your songs, you'd be straight A. You'd be the best student. Right? So the way we listen to our music on repeat and we learn the lyrics to every song, because we all know the lyrics to almost all the songs that we listen to, right? Put on personal development. Listen to something that's going to enrich your mind. Listen to something that's going to enrich your mind on repeat. Learn that inside and out. See how that levels you up instead of listening to Cardi B and Polo G, right? Instead of listening to music about guns and sex and killing and all crazy shit. That's putting you at a low vibrational state when you're constantly listening to music about murder and sex and drugs we all like to get hyped. I'm not saying cut it out of your life altogether. I'm saying think about what it is that you're putting into your mind, right? So if we could listen to personal development the way we listen to our music and learn that inside and out, think of where you could be in the next 90 days if you swapped out almost every time you listen to music with personal development, right? So that was a whole tangent, but yeah, it goes into the subconscious, Eddie. You're right. Everything we listen to, like literally when I go to sleep, I play, sometimes I play frequencies and that's great too, but I play educational stuff. Like I play either a meditation that's guided, that's talking. So when I fall asleep, it's still seeping into my subconscious mind. And when I wake up in the morning, the shit's still playing. Like it's going all night long. All night long. You have to feed your subconscious mind if you want to change your habits, if you want to be successful, right? So make sure you're educating yourself at least 60 minutes a day. So I listen to my personal development in the gym. I listen to it in the car, the podcasts. I read every single day. I get on educational sessions on my platform. I sharpen my tools, right? I sharpen my tools by sharpening my skill set every single day. Every single day, I get on a call for at least an hour and listen to somebody teach me how to sharpen my skill set. I have to stay on top of the game. If I want to become a 6, 7, 8-figure earner, I have to listen to 6, 7, 8, 9-figure earners. If I want to become one of the most influential women in the world, I have to listen to the most influential women in the world. I have to copy the most influential women in the world. Right? But it all comes back to faith. And as I was saying, I was doing some research and I saw this and I thought it was really interesting. Faith is the connecting power into the spiritual realm. It's what links us with source. Faith is the connecting power into the spiritual realm. It's what links us to source or God, whatever you want to call it. Without faith, nothing is possible. If you don't believe in you, if you don't believe in your goals, in your dreams, if you don't believe that they're attainable, you're never going to receive those gifts. You're never going to attain that. Abraham said, and like I told you guys last week, I think, I don't choose those videos beforehand or anything. Like literally a second before the call, I go on YouTube and there's always one that just pops up and I always take that as a sign. And of course, the video today said you cannot maintain a belief that goes against your desire. It's just not going to work. You're never going to get what you desire if you can't maintain a belief that's in alignment with that desire. If you desire to be the most influential person, that's one of my desires, to leave a really strong impact and be one of the most influential women, motivational speakers. But I don't believe that I'm confident, or I don't believe that I could speak well, or I don't believe that I could really do it, but it's just something that I want. I'll never get it because I'm not in alignment with my desires and goals. Right? We have to become vibrationally aligned with our desires. We have to become vibrationally aligned with our desires. How do we do that? How do we start to do that? Having faith. Practice faith. Belief systems. So important, right? Faith is the bridge between your imagination and reality. Faith is the bridge between imagination and reality. If you could hold something in your mind's eye, you can hold it in your hand. But how does it get from here to here? With unwavering faith and belief and action. Thank you, Eddie. Faith is facts accepted in the heart. You have to believe it before you see it. I hate when people say that. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay, bye. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. You have to see it and believe it for it to become a reality. This is something that you have to practice. If you're new here, welcome. This is something you have to practice. You have to practice becoming vibrationally aligned with your wants and desires. You have to practice faith on a day-to-day basis. You have to practice affirming what it is that you desire. There's no such thing as a miracle. Things don't happen out of the blue. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens coincidentally. There's no coincidences. There's an order to things. Have faith. Move with faith. Move with intention. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you don't physically see in front of you. Believe it to be true. Believe what you see up here. And I guarantee you, one day, that will be in your physical reality. But without me continuing to speak about faith, because I could talk about this topic forever, I want to bring someone to the call who is super special to me. This individual, we have been trying to get him on here for a few weeks now, and I'm so happy that we finally picked a date. He's persistent. He's a servant leader. He is an individual who is always learning. He's meditating. He's listening to personal development. I think he could regurgitate Kevin Trudeau like word for word. He is a true leader in every sense of the word. He literally does everything he says he's going to do. And he does it with confidence and poise. And I'm so excited to hear what he has for us tonight. Javier, my friend, I love you. You have co-hosts, so please take it away. You have the stage. Drop some sevens for Javi.
Yo, can you guys hear me? All right. Can you guys drop some threes though for Jenna for doing this call every week for you guys? Like, that's amazing, right? To be able to do it every week. That's like a servant leader as well. And I really look up to her, right? She's a boss lady that we all look up to in the trade house, right? Thank you, Jenna. I love you. As well as everybody in here in this call, right? All you 10 people, like, you guys are amazing. You guys are here and you guys are going to receive, right? what you guys need to hear and some knowledge, and you guys are at the right place at the right time. So first and foremost, I wanted to talk about just like what just drop one thing you guys are grateful for. Thank you, Eddie. I'm grateful for you as well. Thank you, Jenna. Likewise. All right. Health, community, life. Amazing. Education. To be alive. Okay, that's good. That's amazing. You see, because I'm very big on gratitude. Honestly, my mornings start off with gratitude. The way I start off my mornings, as soon as my snooze hits or I wake up and I open my eyes, I scream out loud and I jump on my bed and I say, it's gonna be a great day. Thank you. Thank you, God. Right? Thank you, universe. And I do my bed. And then I get out my notebook and I start writing what I'm grateful for. Right? And then I say it out loud. And then after I say it out loud, I get into meditation. And then after I get into meditation, I start reading for 35 minutes. After I read, I do yoga. And then after yoga, I start working out. After I work out, I also either jumped in already on a boot camp live, or I jump either on more stuff that I need to do boot camp and reach out to my leaders. So the reason I bring this up is because morning routines are very important to start off the momentum for the rest of your day. The way success works is there's a cycle. It's called the success momentum cycle. And the way to build success is you got to build little successes at first and then make them bigger. That's how you build habits. So first is success builds confidence. Your confidence will create you to do activity. Your activity will create habits, and your habits are results, and your results are success. And that starts the momentum cycle again, right? So again, you got to build successes. It doesn't matter how you start. If you're just starting, start off small, right? And just build your way up. That's the way you can only work, right? So success builds confidence. Confidence creates activity. Activity equals results, and results are success. For example, let me give you guys an example, right? You have a success, you go to the gym, right? You have a successful workout. Now you're confident to create activity. Now you go and you make a protein smoothie, and now you have a routine, right? So now every day you're having successful because you're confident, you're going to the gym, and now you have a habit of going to the gym, eating your protein shake, and now you have a successful body, right? A successful immune system. And it goes for anything, for reading, for whatever it is that your goals are, trading, building the business. You know what I mean? So it's very important for you guys to know the momentum cycle and the success cycle, right? Let me get some water real fast. So there's also what I want you guys to realize, that sometimes not sometimes, but there is, you guys don't really gotta pay attention to it a lot because it doesn't really affect you, but it's just like a voice in your head. But you guys gotta realize that it's there. It's called the collective consciousness, the ether, right? So not only that there's 5 ways that you have programs, right? The first one comes from your own decisions, from situations when you made a decision in your life. Those are the first programs. The second one is from somebody in authority told you something that you couldn't do, and you agreed or you believed it, right? The third one is the media, any source of media, music, television, advertisements, anything like that. The fourth one is from the collective consciousness, and that is from the group, what they believe, what they're vibrating, and it goes into the ether and it creates 100 monkey syndrome, where then it tips the point and everybody starts vibrating that, right? And then the fifth one, and also in the collective consciousness, there's programs installed by the elite. But like I said, you don't got to worry about that because it doesn't really affect you, but you got to be aware of it. The fifth one is from your broken agreements. You cannot break agreements with yourself or other people without acknowledging to other people, or at least to yourself, right? You might have agreements from a long time ago. You don't have to call that person, but just acknowledge that you broke that agreement and forgive yourself. You know what I mean? That's very important. When you make an agreement, you got to act in 48 hours, because if not, you're going to spiral downward in a negative. You're just going to go negative down. I know you guys made an agreement or something with yourself, and you guys didn't act within that day or the next day. And you guys started seeing that you guys started doing, oh, this other little one, this other little negative one. And then you guys started going down, and you're like, hey, so you catch yourself and you got to bring yourself back, right? So you don't want to break agreements. So those are 5 programs that basically, those are the main programs that stop us from doing anything, right? Let me see that. I think I got some messages in the chat. Okay, nice. I've been working on my morning routine. Amazing, Jenna. Yeah, and I bet you feel amazing, right? Feels great. Like when you can actually do your necessary things and actually do what you told yourself to do, it feels good. Like you actually get a inner feeling. You know, you can look in the mirror and just smile and say, you know what, I love myself. Because you actually, that end of the day, you did what you said you were gonna do. And there's no other great feeling than that. You know, so I'm happy for you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. So those are 5 programs, but let me give you guys the good news, because I don't bring an issue without bringing the solution, right? So there's 5 programs you can engage in to overcome that. And this is the fun part. This is what I love to do. So, okay. The first one is read books every day, right? Listen to audiobooks every day. Attend live events or Zoom calls. Build relationship with like-minded people, and give and receive recognition. There is no successful person that doesn't engage in that system. It's called the system. I got it from KT, and I honestly agree to it because I see it here in the trade house. You know what I mean? We do everything here. We read books, we listen to audiobooks, we go to live events or we attend Zoom calls, we build relationships with like-minded people like we're doing now, and we give and receive recognition, right? So that one's really big too as well, because you have to give to receive. A lot of people say, hey, I'm not going to give him energy, or I'm not going to give him a good whatever it is, because he hasn't gave it to me, or he hasn't talked to me. And remember, family, you don't get a crop without planting the seed. You know, you have to give to receive. You don't receive to give. Then you're just going to be waiting your whole life, right? You know what I mean? So again, like, that's also very, very important. You know what I mean? So I hope that you guys are getting value from this. And another thing that I wanted to share with you guys is, I don't know if you guys heard of the Callahan technique from Kevin Trudeau. And it's on YouTube, but I'll write it down. Shauna talked about this the other day. It's a tapping routine that taps your pressure points, and it's very powerful. It's honestly very powerful. I've used it for any stuff that, like, programs that you have going on. Say you want to read and you get yourself that you catch yourself, you can't read, you tap. Say you have a phobia or you're nervous, you tap. Before I got in this call, I was tapping. Because honestly, I was a little nervous. I haven't done a call, and I was going to bring some knowledge, and I was like, you know what? This is some high vibrational wisdom. So I'm like, you know what? I started tapping. But you know what? I feel amazing, because I know at the end of the day, this is for the better good of myself and you guys. I even told God, like, before this call, I said, God, use me as a vessel to tell these people what they need to hear today, and as well as myself. You know, so I hope you guys are getting the amazing value, you know, because I am as well. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I had to bring for you guys today. I have like 15 minutes left. I wanted to end it with a meditation, or we can do that meditation, unless anybody have some questions for me, and I can go into more depth of what I was talking about.
I have a question. So
Yeah.
when it comes to the Callahan method, what typically is like, what would someone typically use that for? Like, if they're feeling like they can't focus or they're feeling anxious, and could you demonstrate?
Yeah. So let me take off my sweater because it is tapping in the collarbone.
Shauna actually tapped me,
Yeah.
and it was
Mhm.
amazing having someone else do it to you.
Oh yeah, especially when they're doing it out of love, they can transfer that energy to you.
Yeah, it was great.
That's what energy healers do.
Yeah, I loved it. So show everybody.
Yeah, so basically this is very easy. I'm gonna drop the link as well right now. So first and foremost, let me get some water. First and foremost, this is applied when, say you're anxious, say you're nervous, say you're mad, say you have something on going on with a relative and you seem to be getting mad every day and you're just like, why is this, any little issue, then you start to tap. So the way that this works is you tap the collarbone. There's a bone here. Yeah, the top bone, you could feel the bottom of the whole bone, and you can just tap with like 3 fingers, right? And then you can tap under the eye. And then under your arm, for girls, it could be like by your bra strap. Yeah, like under your armpit. Yeah, there you go. Right there. And then again in your collarbone. And then right here in your hand, there's like by your pinky, by the last 2 fingers in this like little V. Yeah, there's a V right there. You're gonna tap it, right? But as you tap it, you close your eyes and then you open them. And then you look down to the right, you look down to the left, you roll your eyes around, all around, like a circle. Then you go the other way. Then you close them again, and then you hum out loud. You count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You hum again. And then what you do is you tap again the collarbone. Now under the eye, right? And again under the arm, and then on the collarbone. So that was a reference, but I will drop the link. That way you guys can try it out. And if honestly, like it really definitely works. Kevin Trudeau recommends it, and it does. People like with phobia, do it. Yeah, that's lit, Cash. I started doing it. I was like skeptical, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing it when I start feeling mad or anything. And like it's crazy because you stop the first weeks, you start doing it like 10 times, 5 times a day. And then you start noticing that as you start doing it more, you don't start feeling as bad. You can start moving on and actually feel better so you can get more stuff done, right? So that's the goal of everything, so let me see if I have the link in the chat. Give me a sec.
I literally just felt calmer just after doing that little one just now.
Yeah, that's amazing. I always do it. Like I do it sometimes 3 times, 4 times a day. At first I was doing it more. Now it's just like, yeah, but it trust me, it eliminates any phobias, any programs, because what it's doing is connecting both sides of your hemispheres. And it's doing the same thing that, when an opera singer sings a note and she sings a certain note, she hits a vibration and it shatters the glass.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing that your negative energy, when you're hitting these points, when you think about it and you're hitting that and you're doing the humming and everything, you're eliminating that. So you can have programs when you were 7 years old, from 1st to 7 is when you build the most programs, right? When you're in alpha and theta state or whatever. So what you can do is you can eliminate those programs from years way back, from 10, 15 years ago that you might not even be aware of, that just pop up, and then you can just go ahead and tap.
Wow.
Right. You got me sold, no cap. So how much we more powerful than we think. Nice to learn, appreciate it. Oh, we got some more. Trust me. I have like 9 more minutes to run on this call, but
do you have a meditation that picked out already?
Yeah, I do have it.
I would like to do it if you guys want to.
I can drop the link. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Oh shit, you know what? Wait. No. That's the
Can
wrong one.
we try the technique instead of the meditation, or is that not an option?
Yeah, you want me to like, you guys want me to share the technique, the real technique from Kevin Trudeau?
Yes, let's do it.
Let me share my screen. You guys, there's gonna be, you see these two first that pop out? You guys can see my screen, right?
Yep.
The first two that pop out are my favorite. I like the girl, but I'm gonna show you the one that Kevin Trudeau does. So that way that's the easy one. It's fast and it's very effective. Okay, so
ask you right now, if I was working with you and had you do this,
there you go.
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your courage?
Can you guys hear it and see it?
It's either one of three things. It's either at a 1 or a 0. It's either totally gone, in which case you're done with the treatment. Or you can say, Kevin, it didn't move. It was a 9 and it's still a 9, or it was a 7 and it's still a 7. There was no change whatsoever. Or you'll say, Kevin, it was a 9 and it's reduced. Now it's about a 5, but it's still not a 0. If it went down some, or if it went down none, you have what we call a psychological reversal. And as Dr. Callahan mentioned, psychological reversal is very significant. Let me share with you a little bit about psychological reversal. Psychological reversal, as Dr. Callahan mentioned, was his first discovery.
Hold on, I think I already did it. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's back here. There you go. Okay. Okay, right there.
Walk along this, we can walk through the.
There you go. He's gonna do it right now.
Let's assume you have an 8 or a 9 urge. Now, what I want you to do is take these two fingers, and I want you to tap on your collarbone. Now, this point is right by the small of the neck. Go down about an inch and over about an inch, right here in the tip of your collarbone, and just lightly tap about 4 to 5 or 6 times. Now, tap under the eye. When you tap right here, it's just directly straight under the eye, about an inch, and you simply tap 4 to 6 good taps. Now, tap under your arm. It's about 4 inches under the armpit, right about even with where the brow line would be. Now, tap on the collarbone again. Now, I want you to tap on the back of your hand. If you take these two fingers, your small finger here, and this will be right on the back of your hand. Take 2 fingers and tap this. As you're tapping this, you're consistently tapping. You're going to move your eyes. Now, follow along with me. Keep your eyes open. Now you shut your eyes. Open your eyes and look down to the right. Look down to the left. Roll your eyes in a circle. Go the other way. Now hum out loud. Count to 5 out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum again. Now, tap on the collarbone. Tap under your eye. Tap under your arm. Tap on the collarbone. That's it. What this particular procedure did is break up the thought field. Now, at this point, one of 3 things have occurred. If I would ask you right now, if I was working with you and had you do this, I would say, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your urge? It's either one of 3 things. It's either at a 1 or a 0. It's either totally gone, in which case you're done with the treatment.
So did you guys feel anything? Did the video sound good or was it lagging?
I could hear it.
Okay. What did you guys feel anything? Like you guys can do it 2 to 3 times until you guys feel good. And then you guys can look it up. It's called the Callahan technique. It's the first ones that pop out and come out at the top. And I like the first 2 ones. So
Are those the only points of the body where you tap? Or is there other points, or are those the only ones?
He has those, and then the girl at the top does the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so and then there's more. I'll drop the on the chat, on the general chat, I'll drop the picture of the whole points, like the skeleton where
Perfect.
it shows everything.
Awesome.
Yeah, try it, guys. Try it a few times. Don't just not once, and trust me, this is the best thing. Even Kevin Trudeau says it a lot. He says the Callahan technique, thought field therapy, do the thought field therapy, Callahan. This is what he's talking about. And it's very powerful, honestly.
So I don't like to say this, like, because I don't like to put it, not that I don't like to share it, I don't care about sharing it, but I don't like to put it out there. But I've suffered from anxiety, and that literally, like, even just the 2 times of doing it, like when Shauna did it to me too, that one time, like a few weeks ago when I was with her, it's like an immediate relief.
Exactly. Exactly. It's immediate. It's immediate.
Yeah,
It's
it's
amazing.
amazing. I'm gonna practice that more. Maybe we'll continue doing that. We can add that into our Wednesday, like right before the meditation. Maybe that'll like put us in a frequency to meditate.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do it after, you want to do it before. Because the
Yeah.
thing is that it eliminates even the good feelings or the bad feelings. So you want to do it only when you're feeling anxious or bad. Because
Okay.
it eliminates any emotion or feeling or program that you got going on. So you want to do the tapping when you're feeling bad.
That's freaking awesome. I'm
Yeah.
so grateful that you shared that with us. Guys,
Yeah. Thank you.
drop some 7s, some 9s, some 3s, every number in the chat for Javi, my brother. Thank you so much for sharing. I have a page full of notes. I hope you guys took notes because you came with the sauce tonight. I'm so happy. Like the 5 programs that stop us and the 5 programmings to help us. That's amazing. And I'm so happy you spoke about morning routine because literally right before this call, I was looking up. I've been listening to the 5 a.m. club. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the 5 a.m. club. And I'm going to attempt joining the 5 a.m. club. It's going to be a little difficult, but we have to get comfortable with what makes us uncomfortable, right? So like Neno even says, like when he didn't have what he wanted, he would write on a huge piece of paper in his room what makes him uncomfortable. So I have like all these sticky notes. So I'm literally going to write out like everything that makes me uncomfortable, and waking up really early makes me uncomfortable. So I know that that's something I have to break through in order to level up and have a quantum leap. So I'm really glad that you stressed that. And it's like, this guy is not kidding. Like I stayed in a house with Javi when we were in Texas, in Houston, and I almost like ruined his morning routine like a few times because I wanted to use the mirror in their room. Like he was meditating first thing in the morning. Like I applaud you for that because I don't meditate in the morning because I feel like it's going to put me to sleep. I usually meditate at night, but it's good to start your day off like that because you're putting yourself in like a calm vibration, a calm frequency to start off the rest of your day. Would you say so?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, 100%. And you don't know, like when you wake up, you're waking up from a dream or anything, you have emotions going on. Usually the first thing that hits the mind is not for us because we have different programs, but usually for people is like what they're gonna do the rest of the day. So if you actually meditate and you eliminate everything, then you can actually program and put in what you consciously want, which is positivity, psychology, reading books, anything that you wish that's going to help you become a better person.
I like that. Meditate and eliminate, because like seriously, so many of us, well, I know this is true for myself. You wake up and you already have so many thoughts like going through your mind, like, okay, I have to get this done. I have to get this done. I have to do that. Or I didn't do this, or you, like you said, you wake up from a dream and maybe it wasn't such a good dream or whatever. meditate and eliminate. So you start off grounded. I'm gonna incorporate that into my day. But guys, it's 10:01. Thank you so much again for hopping on another Woke Wednesday. I will see you guys all next week. Thank you to Javier. Go give him a shout on Instagram. Drop your Instagram in the chat, Javi, so everyone can go follow you.
All right.
Yo, thank you so much for all the notes, Eddie, with the notes. Fire. Thank you so much. If you guys, perfect. Gaining Pips. If you guys are on Instagram Live, it's Gaining Pips 369. Go give Javi a follow. Thank you
Wow.
guys so much.
Yeah, that's amazing, Eddie. I just wanted to say that. That's amazing.
Save those notes, bro. I love that.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you guys as well for the opportunity.